Hello, everyone. Happy Talk About It Tuesday. Thanks for being here with me, Carmelita Turner, the realest realtor you know. I hope that everyone had an enjoyable holiday week, I will call it. I'll say it was a holiday week because families had the opportunity to rest and rejuvenate and be together, even if it was via Zoom. And we thank you to all those families that remained safe and distanced as they needed to. So I know mine was uneventful and restful. I actually took all of last week off from social media anyway. Of course, you know, the realist realtor is always doing something to make sure that we're bringing value to the audience here on YouTube. Listen, if this is your first time here, welcome. Make sure that you are hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we go live or upload new content. Okay, so listen, for today's Talk About It Tuesday, bear with me. I got to get my groove back. Still got to get a groove back, baby. So I've had a week off, but I was really reflecting on what I wanted to talk about as we go into this first week of December, y'all. We're already in December. And I wanted to say to you all today that you have absolutely nothing to prove to anyone. Let me say it again. You have absolutely nothing to prove to anyone. Okay, let me just kind of dive in a little bit to what I'm talking about. I started thinking about limiting beliefs that many of us hold, and sometimes we may or may not be aware of them. Let me tell you what my biggest limiting belief was. The biggest limiting belief that I held was that I had to prove my value to other people. I held that limiting belief for a very long time. And as I have reflected on it, I think I realized it probably kept me and blocked me from many different opportunities because I kept feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to prove my value. Shut the front door on that BS. It's a new day. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. If I don't prove anything to anybody from now until the day I transition out of here, I'm good. And guess what? So are you. Let me go through a couple quick points with you guys. One of the things about me, especially for people that know me, I am a hard worker. I work harder than many others. I study more than many others. I research more than many others. And I support many people. I've supported many people, and I still do that in many ways. The problem with that is that many times that is not reciprocated. Okay. And so I used to even think it was so admirable when I would say, I can outwork the best of them. Now, when I hear that, I'm like, get the freak out of here. Who would say something like that? Outwork the best of them? For what? For who? Whenever you find yourself doing things that are not serving you, I want you to stop and ask yourself, what am I doing this for, and who am I doing this for? Really start digging down deep to ask yourself, is this for my greater good, or am I just doing this to prove to someone else that I'm reliable, or that I'm smart, or that I'm valuable, or that I'm, it's like, come on, stop, get out of here. You don't have to prove nothing to anybody. Trust me, there are enough people out here doing it for the gram or doing it for whatever. The things that I do, that's not why I do them. They have a bigger value and a greater purpose. And I'm good with that, right? The second thing that I wanted to say is don't compare, just compete with yourself, okay? You don't have to compete with anybody else out here. As long as every day your goal is to be a better version of you every day, you're good. There's nothing that you have to prove. There's no one that you have to compete with. And yes, I know you see the little IG models and the girls that can bat their eyes and, oh, they're so cute and they got the cutest snatch waist and the longest hair and the this and the that. Who cares? A lot of those people, they're all glam and no girth, nothing else, right? No, I mean, they're not offering value. They're just offering surface stuff, surface things, right? So you don't have to compare yourself to them. Just compete with yourself. Compete to be the best version of you. And let me tell you something about me. And you too will learn the same about you. I'm a lowercase g. You ain't know? What does that mean? I am the I am because the I am is in me. Let me say that again. I am the I am because the I am is in me. So my source, I know that I'm a lowercase version of my source. And I know that because I believe that to be true, anything that I need, I can create. So I'm not worried. I don't worry. I only compare me to me. I compete with myself because whatever it is that I need, I can create. I've got that ability. But it takes a while to get to that point. You got to clean out the clutter and the mess, the things that will clog us sometimes. We got to get rid of that stuff, right? So don't judge yourself. Don't compete with anyone but yourself, okay? And then the third thing, invest in yourself. So that means, like I took last week off, make sure you're making an investment in yourself. So whether that, and it should always be about you. Let me be clear. Making things about you is not selfish. It's self-preservation. You have to be selfish so you can be selfless. Okay? If you are no good to yourself, you're not going to be any good to any other situation or opportunity that presents itself. That is true for us in life and that is true for us in business. Okay? So always invest in yourself. So whether you're investing in quiet time, a nice hot bath, some wonderful salts, and then don't just be surface, notch it up a level. Investing in books that expand your mind, investing in programs and coaching that cleanse and expand your mind, your spirituality, and your health, you physically, whatever that may be. But always make sure that you are investing in yourself. That is how you continually become a better version of yourself. So remember, get rid of those limiting thoughts, right? You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You are valuable. I am valuable. I know my worth. You're not going to play me, okay? And the same is true for you. Make sure that you understand that you don't have to prove your value to anyone. The mere fact that you are a direct descendant of Source shows that you have abundant value, okay? So always remember that. And let me say this. I want to say that many times when we're investing in ourselves, I'll often encourage people to get a coach or find someone to kind of help with those things. I don't know if you caught my Instagram live that I did with author and spiritual advisor Morgan B. Holland. But if you missed it, please make sure that you either go back and watch that or connect with her. Okay, and let me tell you why. If you are an accomplished, overachieving, go-to woman who is exhausted and depleted mentally, spiritually, physically, you need to schedule a free discovery call with her and listen to the IG Self-Care Sunday that we did together about her knob life experience that's coming up on December the 15th. Because a lot of what helps you get rid of those limiting beliefs starts with you. A lot of times we're out here overperforming and overachieving, but we still have the clutter and the mess that we have to get rid of. So I do encourage you to do that on this Talk About It Tuesday. Make sure that you are connected to us here on this YouTube page. Follow me on IG, call Carmelita for Real Estate. And of course, you know, Realist Realtor podcast will drop tomorrow. Let me leave you with this thought from William Faulkner. Don't bother just to be better than your contemporaries or your predecessors. Try to do better than yourself. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.